Good morning. See you paying attention? Good evening. Welcome to the Hillsborough Township Committee meeting of September 27th, 2022. Ms. Bork, please call the roll.
Committeeman Britting. Committeeman Delpore.
Here.
Committeeman Thompson.
Here.
Deputy Mayor Erickson. Here. Mayor Lapani.
Here.
Attorney Willard.
Here. All right, please join for salute to the flag.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please be advised that in accordance with Section 5 of the Open Public Meetings Act, Chapter 231 of the Public Laws of 1975, that notice of this meeting was made by the posting of the bulletin board at the Hillsborough Township Municipal Complex and notifying the officially designated newspapers that this meeting would take place at the Hillsborough Township Municipal Complex at 7:30 p.m. on September 27th, 2022. This time I would take a please brief pause and a moment of silence for the passing of former Governor Jim Florio. Thank you very much. We'll proceed to reports from committee liaisons. Our first is Committeeman Delcor.
Thank you, Mayor. A few things. The Finance Office, they've begun mailing the 2022 final and the 2023 preliminary tax bills. If you don't receive it by October the 5th, please contact the Finance Office and they'll make sure they mail you a copy. I'd also like to just make sure we thank our senior Group B for helping us stuff the envelopes and get those notices out to everyone. The Tax Assessor's Office, some of you may have received notice in the mail. There is a new property tax relief program which replaces the previous homestead rebate policy. This one is called the Affordable New Jersey Communities for Homeowners and Renters, also known as the Anchor Property Tax Relief. And it's expanded eligibility for property tax relief in the tax year of 2019. This program will benefit a large number of homeowners and taxpayers, and it's eligible to anyone that owned or rented their home on October the 19th, 2019, and meets the income limits that are set within the program. More information will be available in tomorrow's e-news and on the Hillsborough Township website. You can also go to the state program. Again, that's the acronym is ANCHOR for the Property Tax Relief Program, if you have any questions about it. We have a pretty busy business advocate week, but we are going to be moving forward in October, which is National Women's Small Business Month. It's created to help celebrate the growth and accomplishment of female entrepreneurs and recognize the vital role that they play in our economy, as well as spotlight successful women business owners, both here and throughout the country. Hillsborough Township is proud to highlight women business owners for the third year in a row. And to be featured, please complete the Get to Know submission form found at hillsboroughbusiness.org. We also have a business social coming up. It's a great opportunity for our local businesses to mingle with other local businesses, talk about things they may be able to collaborate on or just get some good business insight. The next event will be held on Tuesday, October the 18th. It's going to be at Flounder Brewing Company from 6 to 8 p.m. The price of admission is $15.50 and will include pizza and non-alcoholic beverages. A cash bar will also be available. Tickets for the social will be on sale, and more information will be available in the next edition of the HBA, the Hillsborough Business Association e-news that will be coming out shortly. I'd like to thank some of our employees, in particular our social services staff that attended Governor Murphy's Hispanic Resource Fair presented in partnership with the New Jersey Puerto Rico Commission on Friday. It was held on Friday, September 23rd. Township employees from several departments gathered important information from various entities seeking to reach Spanish-speaking communities. The information gathered will serve as a resource for a number of our residents here in Hillsborough. From our health department, we do try to have a recycling program that we run with Somerset County. Most of the county has moved to the large rectangular bins where the automated machine takes, with the arm and moves it up. There are still some members of the community that still have the old round bins, but we will be moving through and changing those out. If your neighborhood still has the blue bins, it means that the recycling truck that picks up your recycling in that area has not yet been replaced with the newer truck, but that is coming and it will be transitioned shortly. And once the new truck is available for your area, the county will deliver those new bins to you free of charge. If you have more recycling that can fit into one of the containers and you need an additional one, you can purchase additional containers from the Somerset County Recycling Center for $42. It's also that time of year for a very busy time for our recreation department. Halloween is a very active time for them, so no shortage of Halloween themed events this year. First up is our 8th annual Children's Halloween Party. Will be held at Norris Farm on Thursday, October the 27th. That runs from 3:30 to 5:30 p.m. And for a cost of $12 per child, participants can walk through the children's bale maze, ride on the hayride to the pumpkin patch, and enjoy a whole bunch of other activities. It's really great if you have little kids and you want to take them to the Norris Farm event. It's really a nice opportunity to experience all those great little Halloween events that are run over there. Pre-registration for that event is required, and we ask that you please register on the Parks and Recreation website. We also have our popular Halloween Dog Parade and Costume event. That'll take place at Ann Van Middlesworth Park on Saturday, October the 29th at 8:30 a.m. If you want to bring your pet, put him in a costume, put your dog or your dog in a costume, and we do rank the costumes. We normally get some Girl Scouts to come out and provide their input on. There's several categories of winners, and it's always really a lot of fun. So we have a couple of the local pet stores that come out also and provide some freebies and little gifts for your pets as well. So it's a great event. We also have our Trunk or Treat event that's going to be back at the Willow Road Complex. A lot of families and communities are kind of moving away from the door-to-door, trick-or-treating. I hope we still get to an opportunity to do some of that. But if you want to take advantage of the Trunk or Treat event, basically come out. People will decorate their trunk or vehicle in some type of Halloween type decorations, and they'll provide hand out candy to trunk or treaters that visit. There's usually a lot of cars and people that are out there, so it's if you want to come out, and it's always amazing to me the length that people will go to decorate for Halloween, and these cars are no exception. So if you want to come out, have a good time, and the participants will also vote on the best decorated trunk. So creativity is important. If you want to register and bring your vehicle out there, please, again, go on to the Parks and Recreation website. There's no cost to participate, but we would like pre-registration. And finally, we also have our Go Green for Halloween costume exchange. Residents can drop off gently used Halloween costumes from October 3rd through October 6th from 8 to 4:30 p.m. at the Recreation Office. Then they come back on Friday, October 7th between 8 and 4:30, Saturday, October 8th between 9 and 11 to pick out new to you costumes. So it's a great way to use to recycle some gently used costumes. So if you have any extras laying around that you'd like to use, or if you have your old ones from your kids last year, great opportunity to drop those off and do a costume exchange for the kids here. Halloween's always fun, so lots of great activities. Hope you'll participate. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you, Frank. Give me a break.
That was a lengthy, I think, because I wasn't here last time.
Yeah, we have time, Chief. That's why I never miss a meeting.
I want to make sure I covered everything, so that's my penance for
That's
missing
it.
a week.
See what
Yes.
happens with No, don't miss a meeting. We get you on that. So just as a follow, the trunk or treats, I'm telling you, it's amazing how the creativity people do for these events. And even if you don't have kids, it's worth the walk just to see what these people do and the creativity that they do. It's really kind of a cool sight. That kind of one of the good things that came out of COVID, if you could pick one, this was one of the good things that came out of COVID, this whole trunk or treat idea. So it's really cool. Committeeman Thompson.
Thank you, Mayor. I'll be much briefer than Committeeman Delcor. From the building department, when taking out a construction permit, please remember the permit will remain open until a final inspection has been passed. Building department recommends saving all the permit documents for your personal records just in case. And also from our engineering, the engineering department would like to advise that a sidewalk repair bid was awarded at the August 9th Township Committee meeting in the amount of $100,000 to EDS contractors. This project will replace uneven sidewalk sections at various locations throughout the township. It will install upgraded handicap ramps at Pleasant View Road and Marshall Road for better ADA access to Ann Vance Middleworth Park and Woodfields Park. The work should start soon, but since we are a little late in the construction season, all that work is weather dependent. So let's hope for some good weather. Thank you, Mayor. That's how you do it.
That's a record. Show up. So we have the long and we have the short. What does Deputy Mayor Erickson have for us today?
Nicely right in the middle. I think. Can't talk as quite as fast. Okay, so to begin with, from our police department, they want you to know they are hiring. Hillsborough is accepting applications for the position of police officer. Applicants must be at least 18 years of age, less than 35 years of age, New Jersey resident, high school graduate, and in good physical condition. Complete details and the application are available on the Hillsborough Township website. There is a new program or a new event that was started. It's called Coloring with Cops. It's where cops will be coloring with the younger members of our community. And we are happy to say that the program has been already sold out. So stay tuned for more future events from our police department. Moving on to the Municipal Alliance Borough Safe. In 2020, Hillsborough proclaimed to be stigma-free in 2020. And at our last meeting, we proclaimed September is Suicide Awareness Month. As part of our ongoing initiatives, Minding Your Mind is a virtual presentation to be held on Wednesday, September 28th. This presentation is an introductory mental health education program that will educate participants to look beyond the stigma and notice warning signs of stress, anxiety, depression, and crisis. The presentation includes a professional viewpoint and a live personal experience by a young woman who will share her story of trauma, addiction, hope, resilience, and recovery. Check the mayor's e-news to register for the program and get the link for the program. Puppy noses and yoga poses will be held at the municipal building again this year. They did it last year. I heard it was a really fun time. October 14th as a fundraiser for Borough Safe, as well as a puppy rescue organization. I know I would have difficulty leaving there with probably not a few puppies in tow, but so it's a great event. Last year they all had a great time. So if you're looking to find out more information about that, it will be forthcoming. The National Suicide Prevention Lifeline is now 988. The 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline is a national network of local crisis centers that provides free and confidential emotional support to people in suicidal crisis or emotional distress 24 hours a day, 7 days a week in the United States. Check out boroughsafe.org and 988lifeline.org for more information. That is it.
Thank you, Erickson. Right in the middle.
Right in the middle.
Okay, I have a few things, probably in the middle too. We are excited to announce finally that the road interactive assessment tool that we started working on last year will be live on the township site. You will visit the engineering page of the township website and click on the link, and you'll find a color-coded map. As you see there, you can scroll down to your road or neighborhoods or actually to a specific spot within a road. This was all done via downloading a car that drove over every mile of Hillsborough and downloaded IA into a computer base. And so we have now a factual overlay of a whole town of 200 plus square linear miles of roads. We will use this study, as we have talked about in the past, plus other data points to prioritize road paving and infrastructure repair coming in 2023 and the future. So I'm sure everyone wants to know what their road is, so I'm sure you can pull it up and zoom in and see what you got. And if you haven't heard by now, it's Restaurant Week starting today. Today marks the first day of our 5th annual Restaurant Week, featuring all types of cuisine and a variety of in-person dining and takeout available options. We even have some new restaurants in town that are just opened in time for your favorites, but try a new one possibly, and all the local businesses and try some delicious food in Hillsborough. You can see all the participants, menus, and videos highlighting some of our restaurants in my tour via Hillsborough at hillsboroughbusiness.org, or use the hashtag HBoroughRW22 hashtag to show some of the dishes you got around town and you've had, and celebrate our diversity of community and its restaurants. So I went today to the food truck Cholongo's, just if you haven't seen it, it's opened up at the north end of town. It's a new Rex Mexican restaurant that they were the favorites is going to be, or used to be. So I'll give a personal kudos to the food there. If you like Mexican food, it was very good, and all of our other people that have gone and shared their experiences. So show us what you have and show support for our local restaurants. And you heard all about the Halloween stuff. So yes, Scarecrow Festival is beginning. That's a picture of last year. Stop by the Municipal Complex beginning Monday, October 3rd, to see the approximately 50 scarecrows on display as part of the 2nd annual Scarecrow Festival. All scarecrows are handcrafted and submitted by Hillsborough Township restaurants, employees, businesses, and other groups and organizations. The Scarecrow Festival will run through the end of October, and residents will be able to vote for their favorite crow. So again, the talent that people have put in thought here is really great, and it was hard to pick a winner last year. So we look forward to that. I'd like to announce that the Hillsborough community is invited to join me in the annual Mayor's Walk and Talk on Sunday, October 23rd. It will be meeting at the Farm Barn Orientation Center at Duke Farms, beginning at 8:30 for a registration and check-in. The walk will commence at 9 a.m. and take approximately 1 hour. This is a nice opportunity to take a local guided tour by one of us, the Duke staff, through the scenery, and can ask questions not only them, but of me. And then afterwards, be sure you can spend time and visit the always popular Duke Farm Market, which will be going immediately after that, which is a farm-to-table market. See registration information in tomorrow's e-news or on the Hillsborough Township website. We'll hope to see you all there at 8:30 on October 23rd, weather permitting, I'm assuming. Though I'll walk in the rain, I'm not worried about it. And I'd like to announce, grab your jersey, hopefully a Devils one, and bring your family to the Hillsborough's most beloved traditions. Hillsborough Township sport enthusiasts are once again invited to participate in the 8th annual Township Day at the Prudential Center. Sunday, November 26th, is the New Jersey Devils take on the Washington Capitals. Anthony's not here, so we can say we usually always have to go against the Flyers because he's a Flyer fan, but he's not here, so we picked another team. Again, don't miss a meeting. Participation in this fun, family-friendly community event includes group seating at the game, a group photo on the ice, a personal donation to support Hillsborough PBA Chapter Local 205, and a fantastic opportunity to socialize with members of the community. For more information, you can see tomorrow's e-news and press release, and also on the Hillsborough Township website. This past week, Hillsborough Township continued its tradition in honoring veterans and active service personnel with a ceremony and observance of the National POW MIA Recognition Day, held on September 16th. The ceremony was held in the Garden of Honor and also attended by Somerset County Commissioner Paul Drake, Joan Biondi, the wife of former Peter Biondi, mayor and assemblyman, members of the VFW Post 8371, and Hillsborough Township staff and residents. Members of the VFW Post 8371 paid tribute to the POWs and MIAs by placing symbolic flowers representing the United States flag at the foot of the memorial in the Garden of Honor. Recognition was also given to Scout Christopher Chala, who created the POW MIA Memorial in the Garden of Honor in 2016 as part of his Eagle Scout project. According to Defense, POW MIA Accounting Agency, 83,114 Americans who fought in the war since World War II are still missing. National POW MIA Recognition Day was first observed in the United States in 1979. On the heels of that, obviously, November 11th is Veterans Day, and will be more to come about that. But there's an opportunity to pay tribute to a veteran in your family or a friend or whoever by supporting the Flags for Heroes program. Last year, it goes right out over here. It's run by the Hillsborough Rotary. It's $50, and the flag is put up with a name tag of that veteran underneath it in honor of his or her service. So I would encourage you to see the Rotary website. It's hillsboroughRotary.com, I believe, and you can see more details about that. As always, you can stay connected with events and more via the Wednesday e-newsletter, and be sure to follow and like the official Hillsborough Township Facebook and Twitter, TV29, and the Hillsborough YouTube channel, the Hillsborough Alerts for traffic and emergency notifications. I think I was longer than you, Frank. And that's all we have.
See, spoke a little too soon
I
there,
got
Mayor.
a little cocky there. And Anthony Ferrera's watching us. He just said, "Let's go Flyers." So everybody say hi to Anthony. He's recovering from surgery, couldn't be here. So I have a few proclamations and awards to give out, and then we will then give some people time to leave if they want to. So I'll be right down in a minute and we'll start. Testing. We have members for the National Breast Cancer Awareness. They're the ones wearing pink if you haven't figured it out. Who's holding the proclamation? You hold it. You on this side. For me? Hand like you. Okay. October is National Breast Cancer Awareness Month, which is an annual campaign to increase awareness of this disease, encouraging early detection and support research to find a cure. The awareness campaigns encourage individuals to help reduce their risk of breast cancer through regular self-exams, clinical breast exams, and mammograms, which are vital since treatments are most effective when breast cancer is detected early. The National Cancer Institute estimates in the United States more than 287,850 female and 2,710 male new cases of breast cancer will be diagnosed this year. Kathleen Cirioli, a three-time cancer survivor, and Joanne Liskovitz are co-founders of Dance for a Cure, a nonprofit organization that has helped local families impacted by breast cancer with donations totaling over $850,000 since founding in 1999. Now, therefore, be it proclaimed that we, the mayor and Hillsborough Township Committee, do hereby recognize all the above and declare October 22nd as National Breast Cancer Awareness Month. We urge all women and their families to increase their knowledge about breast cancer and join us to celebrate successes and memorialize those who lost battles.
Thank you very much. We want to thank the mayor for supporting us for all of these years in the committee. And we will be back again on Thursday to tie the town pink with putting pink ribbons around the municipal building and then later on throughout the town. So thank you for all of your support. Thank you.
We have another Eagle Scout amongst us, Dean. at Mom. Dean Milano, a Hillsborough High School sophomore and member of Boy Scout Troop 1776, has earned the rank of Eagle Scout. Dean's Eagle Scout project consists of planning and building 4 pet way stations at Fox Chase Pond. The project took approximately 400 hours to complete with the assistance of several other Boy Scouts. Dean served as Assistant Senior Patrol Leader for service, programming, and training, and served as Den Chief. Dean received the Den Chief Service Award in May of 2022. He is a member of the junior varsity tennis team and the Medical Minds Club. Dean has volunteered with the Hillsborough Chase Thanksgiving Food Drive and as a team leader with other various service activities in Troop 1776. Dean serves as an example to the youth of Hillsborough Township through his high level of leadership and community service, and we are very proud that he's a member of our community. Now, therefore, be it proclaimed that we, the mayor and the Hillsborough Township Committee, do hereby recognize and extend our sincere congratulations to Dean Milano for having achieved the rank of Eagle Scout, an honor for both himself and for those who guide him, and wish him best wishes for a bright future. Congratulations.
Well, I don't really have much to say other than thank you all very much. And I was very happy to work on my Eagle Scout project here in our community. Oh, and thank you, Mom and Dad.
Mom, you want to come up for a camera for a picture this week? Page. So it's a pretty special young lady here. She goes under the radar, but we're going to put her out in front right now. Paige Shepard, an 8th grader at the Hillsborough Middle School, won the U.S. Amateur Union AAU Junior Olympic national title in the 1500 and 800 meter race in Greensboro, North Carolina in August 2022. Paige also won the middle school 1600 meter at the Brooks PR Invitational in Seattle, Washington in June of 2022. The Rising Star 800 meters at the New Balance Nationals Championship at UPenn in June of 2022, and won the 1500 meters at the USTAF Outdoor Nationals in New York City in July of 2022. Are you tired? Congratulations. That's pretty good. I know. She began running at 5 years old, winning her first national championship at 7. Paige will continue to pursue her running training with hopes of competing in college, I would think. Probably a little bit after that, too. Paige serves as an example for the youth of Hillsborough Township through her high level of sports competition, and we're very proud that she's a member of our community. Now, therefore, be it proclaimed that we, the mayor and the Hillsborough Township Committee, do hereby recognize our sincere congratulations to you, Paige Shepard, for having won the national title in the 1500 and 800 meters in the AAU Junior Olympics. An honor for both herself and for those who guide her, and wish you a great and wonderful future.
Thanks, Mom.
When you get to the high school track team, they're going to love you up there. We got another successful team over on this side of the room. If you haven't noticed all the H hats up there. Come on up, guys. Over on this side. Infield on the left, outfield on the right. All right. The 2022 Hillsborough Raider 14 and under Gold baseball team had a very successful season because of their hard work and dedication. The 2022 Hillsborough Raider 14U Gold baseball team are the Babe Ruth 14U North Jersey State champions and Omaha Slumpbuster champions. A team finished with a season of 17-2 record, including a finishing 8-1 in state and regional play, beating the state champions from both South New Jersey, Pennsylvania, and Maryland. This is the first team in Hillsborough Baseball League history to advance to the Mid-Atlantic regions more than once. The 2022 Hillsborough Raiders 14U Gold baseball team consists of the following young athletes and coaches.
Coach Eric Albee.
David Candell. Connor Emick.
Devin Corona, Jackson Lewis,
Drew Capilla.
Elijah Dawes.
Michael Albanese,
Eric Eden, Eric Albee,
Daniel Tobia.
Anthony Guerrero,
Nathan Beadstock.
Shane Corona.
Coach Mike Candell.
You guys sound tired. You guys doing laps earlier today? A little more. Oh, man, we got a girl ran 1,800, 1,500 all over. She's now, therefore, it be proclaimed that we, the mayor and the Hillsborough Township Committee, do hereby commend the Hillsborough Raiders 14U Gold baseball team, the coaches and the parents, especially, not only for their successful season, but for their hard work, dedication, and commitment to the sport and to those principles of good sportsmanship, teamwork, and academic achievement, which the organization endorses. Coach?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. We appreciate it. Recognizing these young men for all their hard work. Parents, thank you. Coaches, thank you for everything that you guys have done. We know you're the mayor, but we also have our president of the Little League over here, John Shimp. So we thank him for providing an opportunity for these young men to have that platform to go out there and go compete. So thank you. They worked hard, and it's nice to have them recognized representing the town. So bright futures ahead of them. So thank you.
All right, return sideways. Face to the middle. Wait for the press.
I'll get out of the way.
Close out of the way. Good. All right, fellas. Okay, so lastly, we have an annual event, the postcard contest. So anyone that's here for the postcard competition and supporters, please come to the front. Is this you? Okay. What's your name? we just got two? Okay. So I'm going to hand the mic over to these two young ladies and gentlemen over here, but I had the pleasure of being one of the judges for this, and every year it started, I guess, during COVID, if I recall, as a way to keep people involved and send a message of hope and healing. So it's been a great event. The artwork has been outstanding, and I will now lead this over to our illustrious supporters.
The Hillsborough Education Association wrote a grant that was funded by NJEA to create postcards to be sent to elementary school students. Based on the slogan, "Believe you can," and you're halfway there, we invited students from Aris, the middle school and the high school, to submit artwork to be made into those postcards. Like the mayor said, we took those submissions and stakeholders from the township voted, and 3 winners were chosen. Akshaya and Nicholas Akshaya was from Aris at the time, right? And Nicholas was from the middle school. Unfortunately, the high school winner, Amanda, couldn't be here. Their postcards were made into, their artwork was made into postcards that were sent to elementary students all around town from their teachers with words of encouragement and praise. So congratulations to you both.
Good evening, and I'm Akshaya Suresh Kumar, a 7th grader at HMS, and thank you to the mayor and the Hillsborough Township Committee, along with Christina Smith who is the HEA Pride Chair, and I'm extremely honored to receive this proclamation for the 2nd time, and I look forward to many such opportunities in the future. Thank you.
Hers is the one in the middle.
Thank you, I guess, to say. I don't really know what to say, but the one on the far left. The one on the far left.
Another round of applause. Parents? Okay, so congratulations again to all the award recipients. Thank you to the HES for the event and giving me the opportunity to vote. It's actually one of the few fun things we get to do in this thing is get to be part of that kind of community event. So congratulations to all the winners. We will now take a brief 5-minute break. So we'll reconvene at 8:20-ish for the meeting to give those an opportunity to leave if they'd like. So thank you again. Okay, so we're back. There's no new business at this time. I would ask that if we could go a little out of order with consent of my colleagues, I'd like to move to the next item on the agenda, the consent items 1 through 5. May I have a motion to approve consent agendas 1 through 5 only?
So moved.
Okay, we have a second?
I'll second that.
Okay. Comments from the dais?
So, Mayor, I know Administrator Ferrera likes to comment on all the personnel.
Oh, I have it right here.
Are you going to read it?
You can go ahead, Frank.
I think I can.
Give us the, go ahead.
But seriously, one of the things that is really, really special about this township and the employees is we do like to really try to give opportunities for people to move within organizations, to continue their career development, move on to areas where their skill set is a great match for what we need here in town. And you see in those first 5 resolutions, not just new hirings, but significant moves within departments, because we have very talented people here in town, and the opportunity to give them a chance to shine in other areas is something I know Administrator Ferrera is very proud of, and during my time on here, it's something I am very proud of as well. So as one of the personnel leads with the deputy mayor here, it's really a great opportunity for us to be able to give our employees this chance that they've earned and deserve. So looking forward to having them shine in the areas that we're going to be moving them to.
Well said. Ms. Bork, you have a prepared statement to read? From our down and out administrator, Mr. Ferrara.
Yes, Administrator Ferrera, apologize for not being here. He first would like to welcome Dominic Mazzagatti to the building department team. Dominic comes with over 30 years of experience in the construction industry, which will be a great value in working and understanding the business community and the code here in Hillsborough. He will look to add additional licenses to further assist the department. So welcome on behalf of Administrator Ferrera. Thank you so much. He also wanted to congratulate both Sam Ball and Lee Santamarita on their promotions to office administrators through their hard work and training. That they've met all the requirements of the office administrator position. And as Committeeman Delcourt mentioned, in terms of what we offer here in Hillsborough and people being able to be promoted from within, he'd like to thank their supervisors, Bob Wagner, Kathy Farber, and David Coyce, for mentoring and coaching them during the process. And please join him in a round of congratulations on their promotions. As previously mentioned, he'd like to congratulate Susanna Karras for her promotion to the Economic and Business Development and Sustainability Director that was mentioned previously. And he would also like to congratulate David Coyce on his promotion to the Planning Director. Currently, it'll be the Interim Planning Director. He's held various positions in the township, as well as Zoning Officer, Assistant Planning Director, and Economic Business Development Sustainable Director. And right now, child coroller, which is the hardest job of all. David has completed all the necessary steps through career development training and receiving all the necessary credentials to succeed in his new role as planning director. So on behalf of Administrator Ferrera, congratulations to our new employee and all the promoted employees as well. Thank you.
Thank you. No? Other than Hudson Rocks out there. Hudson's killing it. Any questions from the floor or comments? Just on items 1 through 5 of the consent agenda.
Maria Janusik, 720 East Freck Avenue, Manville, New Jersey. I'm also a Hillsborough Township property owner, Block 86, Lot 3, 2155, Champlain Road. In regard to consent 1, resolution authorizing the hiring of Dominic Mazzagatti for the position of full-time building inspector in the Hillsborough Building Department. It says there exists a need for a full-time building inspector. Is Mr. Mazzagatti replacing someone, or is this an additional inspector?
He's a replacement.
Excuse me?
He's replacing someone who left.
How many building inspectors are there in Hillsborough?
Not nearly enough.
Yeah, not enough. But, well, there's different subcode officials. So we have plumbing, we have electrical, we have construction, we have then sub. So there's probably 6 if we had everybody full.
But honestly, there's a shortage.
There's a shortage.
If we could hire 10 more, we would. but there's a shortage throughout the state. So the opportunity to bring someone with Dominic's experience on is really something that we're very excited about.
So, building inspector, is there a certain specialty that he'll be, specific specialty that he'll be doing, or what is this?
They do building inspections for the construction department.
So it's building for the construction department specifically?
Yeah.
Okay. And consent number 5, resolution authorizing the transfer of David Coyce to interim director of planning. So it's saying that interim planning director, how long is this interim? And is he going to be, once he's done with being interim, is he going to be the?
Yes. So eventually, Mr. Maskey, who you know is retiring, and David is interim, meaning he's going to be taking his spot. So he is in a transition, I think we said before, between his current position and working up to be the full-time planner. So he is working in the middle, doing both.
Okay, so how long is this interim going to be? When is Mr. Maskey retiring?
Mr. Maskey plans retiring around the first of the year,
I'm sorry, when?
around the beginning of January.
Beginning of January? So Mr. Coyce,
Well-
February.
I'm sorry.
so Mr. Coyce is going to be the interim planning director as of now, so you're
He's
going to have.
essentially transitioning, working with Mr. Maskey on a transition plan while Mr. Maskey's in the process of initiating his retirement. So we want David to be working with Mr. Maskey during this interim period until he retires, and then the plan would be taken.
Yeah, for obvious reasons, there are applications and for the planning board that may come up and not finish till after Mr. Maskey retires. So David needs to be aware and familiar with those applications. So that's why he has to start now.
So Mr. Coyce, prior to being given the position of interim planning director, what was his position? Sustainable,
He was a business advocate.
just a business advocate?
Business advocate, sustainability director,
Sustainability.
zoning, he was a deputy zoning director. He had several shots.
He's but his career path has always been to planner. He's a fully licensed, it's not something we're forced upon him. He's a licensed planner, and he's moved into other areas within the township to broaden his scope so that when he does become planning director, he has a better feel for other areas of the township as well.
So he no longer is going to be involved with any of those things. He's going to be now the interim planning director
That's correct.
at the salary of $107,000. And Mr. Maskey during this time will also be getting his full salary?
Yes.
All right, thank you.
Any other comments? Seeing none, roll call.
Come on up.
Oh, I'm sorry, I missed you over there. I'm looking at all the people on the left. I missed you on the right. Just state your name and address for the record, please.
I'm Gary Tully, 16 Fieldheads Drive, Hillsborough, New Jersey. I just want to comment the committee and the township for really looking inside the organization to find people to fill openings and help people with their career. I know it's very challenging. I'm retired now, but I had a lot of people working with me over the years. And it's difficult sometimes to see what you can do to help people with their career. I just want to congratulate the council for doing that.
Thank you, Mr. Tully. Before I say Noah, is there anyone else? Hudson, you got anything to say? I guess not. All right, we have a motion and we have a roll call, please.
Sure. Committeeman Delacour.
Yes.
And Committeeman Thompson.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Erickson. Yes. Mayor LaPlante.
Yes, welcome, congratulations, and we'll allow you to leave at this point if you'd like, because we have to be at work tomorrow. Bye, Hudson.
Congratulations, everyone.
Bye.
Welcome, Dominic.
Welcome, everyone, welcome, thank you.
Good night.
All right, so we'll go back to our normal agenda. So we'll go to public comment on new business and matters not on tonight's agenda. Ms. Bork, please read the statement regarding public comment.
The Township Committee welcomes input from the public. Please state your name and address for the record, and please spell your name for the record. You will be given 1 3-minute allotment for your comments. Please understand that this public forum is not structured as question and answer session. Comments are to be addressed to the mayor. Again, please keep your comments to 3 minutes.
Okay. This is for public comment, not on the agenda.
Maria Janusz, 720 East Freck Avenue, Manville, New Jersey. This is in regard to Manville's affordable housing requirements. There are, I think, 7 or 8 interveners in Hillsborough's affordable housing obligation. And those interveners have settlement agreements with the Hillsborough Township governing body. And those settlement agreements pretty much govern the applications of the interveners before the planning board. I was at the meeting last week, and I had asked, because the settlement agreement is not shown on the website, Civic Clerk, when the application is shown and all of the records and documents that pertain to the application are on the website, the settlement agreement isn't there. And so because that is a main document, it was approved by Judge Thomas Miller, Judge Thomas C. Miller, and at the meeting, the attorney for M&M Realty LLC, Mr. Douglas Wolfson, referred to the settlement agreement several times. So for the members of the public who don't have access to or didn't even know about the settlement agreements, it's very difficult to ask questions. So I don't know why the settlement agreement is not given as part of the records and documents that are included with that application.
Well, I believe Mr. Bernstein said it because it's separate part, the application is separate and a part of the settlement agreement. So in the planning board, what is before us is the application. The settlement agreement has nothing to do with the application. The settlement agreement was an agreement through the interveners, as you said, and the judge to the scope of what work would be allowed to be built, but it has really no, the application that's in front of the planning board is just the application.
Okay.
So if you want a copy of the settlement agreement, I'm sure that you could, through Oprah, you could request it.
Right, I understand, but there are a lot of people who don't go to the meetings normally and don't know about these settlement agreements. And as I said, Attorney Douglas Wolfson referred to the settlement agreement a few times, and he was kind of upset that the board wasn't going along with certain things in the settlement agreement. So I think that document should be provided to the public so that they know what's being talked about and what's going on as far as that. And also, who is the township attorney who represented Hillsborough Township within these settlement agreements?
Mr. Bernstein. Mr. Bernstein.
Mr. Bernstein was the attorney for this. He's the planning board attorney. The planning board isn't supposed to have anything to do with the settlement agreement.
He's our land use attorney.
He's our planning board attorney and our affordable housing attorney.
Okay, except that I read somewhere that the planning board had nothing to do with the settlement agreement. So Mr. Bernstein is the planning board attorney, so that's.
But he's also, as Mr. He's our affordable housing attorney, which that is.
It would, I think, be a conflict of interest. Thank you.
Anyone else?
I think we need to brush up on our understanding of conflicts of interest.
Okay, seeing no other, we'll move on to the next thing. We have no public hearings, no new ordinances to address. So we move on to the consent agenda, which are now from 6 to 20. Anyone wishing to take any of these resolutions separately?
No, sir.
Seeing none, may I have a motion to approve consent agenda items 6 through 20?
So moved.
Thank you. We have a second.
Second.
Thank you. Any comments from the dais? Seeing none. Any comments from the floor on 6 through 20?
Maria Janusik? Okay, consent number 8, resolution establishing the annual salaries and wages of municipal employees. It says here that the following employees are, the salaries, annual salaries and wages of the following employees are to be adjusted as listed below. And that's showing a stipend. So this is stipend for Francesco Taddeo, Christopher Bateman, Susan Keith, Nancy Horvath, Daniela Cerveos Reynoso, and Alexa Knox. All of these are in addition to the salaries that they receive?
Yes, because in incredibly good news, we have been fortunate enough to expand our courts, and now Branchburg is joining the Hillsborough courts, just like Manville and Montgomery. And am I missing someone? Oh, that's it. So we have the 4 courts now under this one roof. So Branchburg is essentially paying the stipends that are coming forward here.
So what's the what exactly is a stipend? How does someone qualify for a stipend?
Go ahead.
It's a one-time payment versus being added to their salary, and it's coming from Branchburg to account for the extra work that they'll take on from us doing a joint service agreement, taking on the Branchburg court.
And then starting in January, it'll be reflected in our normal ordinance. You know, when you come to the meeting in January, the reorg, and we list everyone's salaries, it'll be listed in that document come January. But this is covering the time period of October 1st, when the court starts, to December 31st.
So they're effective October 1st, they're getting this stipend for this year?
No.
No, you gotta divide that by 3.
Yeah.
Because by 12, because that's a year, and it's only October, November, December, so it's only
This is being divided by 12.
so it'll be 3 months worth.
Yeah.
And then next year, this will show with their salary,
Mhm.
will be shown with their salary that they're getting this stipend?
It will continue to be a stipend. It won't be in addition to salary.
So if-
And the reason for that is because if we adjust the salaries for people, we have this agreement. So, but if for something should happen to the agreement, we don't want to adjust people's salary up and down if Branchburg decides that they're going to do their own court again. So it makes sense to do it as a sort of a secondary sort. The money's coming from Branchburg. It's essentially paying for the additional work that these people are doing, but not going into salary.
Okay. Consent number 16, resolution authorizing the township qualified purchasing agent to solicit requests for proposals through the fair and open selection process for professional services for 2023. So all of these positions are, the public solicitation is only on the website. There's nothing in any newspapers or any printed form. It's just on the website that you're soliciting for these positions?
It gets posted and it has to be noticed in the newspaper, but the documents then will be available.
I'm sorry, what?
If you're gonna post for an RFP, it has to be posted in the newspaper. There has to be notice given. That's what you're asking?
No, I'm just asking because it says here that these are you're soliciting requests for proposals through the fair and open selection process for these professionals. Is this the only place where you're going to be soliciting the request is on the website and not through the newspaper or?
Yeah, the document's too large to put in newspapers. Essentially, it's the same every year. All the professionals that you see there have to submit a yearly proposal and their cost and bid. So every year it's the same. So they put it in now, and then we open it in December, and move forward.
And the proposals that are received by the township, it's also done online?
You want to?
No, they submit sealed documents. It's a sealed bid process. So whoever wants to apply for a township attorney, they have to, by the date and time on the request for proposal, they have to submit a sealed bid. It is advertised when it will be opened, and it gets opened most often in this room or in a conference room that's open to the public. And it is, announced who made the bid and their dollar amount. And that's done by the QPA. And this year it'll probably be done by 2 people from finance.
Okay, thank you. Consent number 17, resolution authorizing execution of agreement with Somerset County for recreation and conservation improvements at Mike Merdinger Memorial Trails Park. Where is that, Mike Merdinger Memorial Trails Park?
Do you know where the old police station is?
Yeah.
The old municipal building, that little, where the police station is, that's Mike Merringer Park right there.
Uh-huh. And so this 250,000, is Hillsborough contributing to this, or this is strictly from the county?
From the county.
Okay, and is there any information as to what's going to be included in these improvements?
I think it's in the document. It's basically designed to put up a gazebo and some bathrooms and some site improvements.
Okay. Consent number 18, resolution authorizing a shared services agreement for a shared municipal court between the Township of Hillsborough and the Township of Branchburg. Was there a resolution recently in regard to this shared service agreement?
Yes,
I think the last meeting
yes.
on the 13th.
There had to be one word taken out of the resolution, and the word was attached. So it doesn't reference anything attached, but it authorizes the agreement that was put before the mayor and committee previously.
So in effect, right now, there are two resolutions. Does it state anything in this resolution that this is a correction or adjustment?
No,
So then there are two resolutions in regard to the shared service agreement with Branchburg.
this is the one that is going to the AOC.
Does it state that here, that this is the only one that's going to the AOC?
No,
We just won't send the other one to just be not acted
Okay,
upon.
all right, thank you. I'm going to be doing the claims list. Okay, thank you.
Okay. Anyone else? All right, so we have a motion, a second, and we're on roll call, please.
Committeeman Delcourt,
Yes.
Committeeman Thompson,
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Erickson,
Yes.
Mayor LaPlante.
Yes. All right, so we have claims list 2022-15. May I have a motion to approve claims list 2022-15?
Some, second.
Too slow.
Sorry.
We got 1 and 2.
I got
Comments from the dais? Seeing none. And floor, Ms. Janusik, I'm sure you're coming up. Because you said you were, so.
Maria Janusik. On the supplemental checklist, the last item is a McMahon Truck Center, purchase of Mack truck.
Mhm.
What exactly is a Mack truck? What is the purpose of a Mack truck? 'Cause
That was
a lot of
approved
money,
last
31,000.
meeting in the Capitol to purchase a large truck. Mack truck is a dump truck that we use in the DPW. So we had to cut a check for that because we couldn't wait for the next time to approve it. So we had to pay for the vehicle we ordered.
Okay, dump truck. I think I have to look at the records. I think it showed something that there was all right, I have to look at the other records and
Okay.
stuff. So this is the dump truck,
It's a big one.
231,000.
That's correct. And there was like the only one left in the country.
And it was, the money for this vehicle is from the current wire account.
It's from Capital. From our capital account.
So the current wire account is the capital account?
I don't know what the wire account means, to be honest, but it was approved in our capital ordinance last meeting. So the money is there, so I don't know if it's we have to wire the money. But it's-
What are we asking? I mean, are you concerned that I'm not sure I understand your
Because
question.
I just want to understand what accounts things come from. So a current wire account, and then mayor is saying that's the
So
capital.
I'm sure it wasn't
just-
a
just
handwritten
wanted-
check. It was probably wired
to-
via electronically to Ohio, where I think we're getting the truck from.
Okay, it's just that it's weird that this would have to be on a supplemental checklist, like, because from what I understand, this supplemental is kind of a in-between something.
Right, we
And-
had to pay them before the next meeting, so we had to send them the money. So it was approved in our capital ordinance, we had to send them money to get the truck.
Stop.
So that's
We
it.
ordered a truck, we paid for it.
That's it.
There's nothing else to say. That's all it is.
And at
We ordered a
the,
truck,
We
we paid
ordered
for
a
it.
truck
Nothing
and
else
we
to say.
paid for it. I'm not sure what your
I
concern
don't know what to say
is.
other than that.
No,
We
no,
authorized
because
the
I-
vehicle.
I
We
don't
authorized the
understand why
vehicle,
it has to be on
and we
this-
sent the check to pay for it.
Right.
I'm not sure what else you need to know.
I don't understand why it's on the supplemental checklist versus
I
being.
think the
something
mayor
that
told you
was
3
purchased.
times already. We
Okay.
couldn't wait till the
I'm
next.
explaining why I asked this.
Okay.
I'm not asking it
All right.
again. I'm
Okay.
explaining why I asked it because you're saying you don't understand why I'm questioning it. All right, thank you.
And Mayor, to be clear, at the last meeting, we passed an ordinance calling for the replacement of a 1999 dump truck.
Right.
It wasn't listed what type. It was a 1999 dump truck that we're replacing, which we did.
And
we-
just for your information, we had to wire the money. They do not take checks, and we need to guarantee the funds to deliver the truck that we needed to order that was authorized at the last meeting, and that is from our CFO.
All right, thank you. We have motion and a second. Roll call, please.
Committeeman Delcor. Committeeman Delcor, sorry.
Can I answer first?
Yes.
Committeeman Thompson.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Erickson. Yes. Mayor LaPlante.
Yes. That concludes our regular meeting. May I have a motion for adjournment?
So moved, Mayor.
And second? Okay, you got it. Roll call, please.
Committeeman Delcor.
Yes.
Committeeman Thompson.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Erickson. Yes. Mayor LaPlante.
I don't know. I like staying here. Yes. We are adjourned. It is 8:44. Thank you. See you in a couple weeks.